Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. This is DawnDoesLife and today is part 2 of my coffee time diamond painting. Now, when we left the other day, I had some to do in here and it did take me about another half hour or so to get it done. This section is, I did my taping wrongs. The tape should have ended off here, but I cut it on the wrong side, so it's a little bit bigger of a section, and I am just curious to see how far we can get. I'm gonna start off with black today, which is my number 1 or A. Let's open the box on the right side. And I'm not gonna pour as many in here as I did last time. I am working with the, well, actually, you know what? Let's leave it off. I'll see if it helps later. So how are you guys doing? It's been a couple of days. Has the weather calmed down since the last time we talked? I can tell you our snow piles are still high. I'm still getting notifications from DoorDash to go out and drive for them. Having said that, the roads has still been really, really crappy. I've noticed a few people still getting stuck. The side streets aren't getting done, and that's generally where you're delivering. You pick up on a main drag at a restaurant, and then you drive it into residential. And those streets are not really well taken care of. They're not the first priority. Let's just say that when they're cleaning up after a snow dump like what we've had. So, I don't know. I really want to go, but I think I'm just going to wait until things get a little more. I mean, damn, I'd be making such good money, but again, you know, it's not going to do me any good if I'm making money and then I have to pay for a tow truck to come and get me out of some drift. So I think I'll just wait another day or two. I don't know. We'll see. It changes from moment to moment. Right now, I say I'm going to wait. Better safe than sorry. But hopefully it's not that bad wherever you are. I'd love to hear what you guys are dealing with, if anything at all. I even would like to hear the stories of, oh, we don't get snow. And it's so hot here. I'm up for that. I can handle that. Doesn't seem like we didn't end up going to Mexico last year because I mean COVID was just starting to hit, and we could have gone because there wasn't the recall to come home, but I'm kind of glad that we didn't. And now this year I doubt we'll get to go again because it's even worse, and I don't want to be stuck in a foreign country barely speaking the language and getting sick. So I don't know, not really down with giving that a try. I just want to check my painting and make sure I've got you in the right area here. So just filling in these blacks. Gotta create, oops. This boat isn't the greatest. Sometimes the drills get stuck in the ridges. And then I don't realize it and I go to put one down and there's nothing there. And then I look around because I think, oh, did I drop it? But usually it's because I just didn't pick it up. Anyways. So I figured what I would do, I don't know. So who's texting me? Oh, okay. That would be Skip the Dishes now texting me about an opportunity. I think I'm going to do this in a series, just kind of do as much as I can for as long. So as I was saying, I think I want to do this in kind of a series, a little bit by little bit. I'd like to get this one done fairly quickly. I have ordered another one from AliExpress, and it is a larger one, and it is a square drill. So I am going to give it a try. I don't know if I'm shooting myself in the foot going with a larger canvas and square drills. But you know what? Life is all about trial and error, right? Hopefully not too much error. But I have been wanting to try them, so I am excited. That's not going to be, I mean, I'm sure that's going to take a month or longer to get here, so no panic with that one, but this one should be done. And I still do have my ones in my cart that I am planning on, purchasing. But you know what? I kind of changed it out. I actually did pick a one that was a kind of kaleidoscope mandala, really super bright colors. I thought that would be fun to do. So, oh, come on, let's pick this up. I see some of you doing these really fantastic colors, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to do a colorful one. I have many empty walls in my house that I could try out some new artwork. So, and that is what I love about this. I remember when people did tons of cross stitching, and I'm sure there still is people out there who do it, but it was like you were so excited. First of all, you were so excited if somebody took the time to make a cross stitch for you, but then you were also really excited if you got a cross stitch kit. And I did a couple times, and I tried, and I could never, oh man, I made messes of them. So this seems a little more fail-proof, I'll say. Even though I guess I've heard that you could turn these designs into cross-stitch designs, but it's a little out of my league. I'll stick with the diamonds. Thank you very much. So we are going to have quite a bit this time because I cut my area too big. This would be a really good place for those multi-placers. You know what? I'll show you what I mean. Just for you guys, I'll give it a try. But don't laugh at me. Okay, I have loaded it up. See if I can get 3 in a row here. And I just seem to not pick them up right, and then I don't seem to place them right. Although, now it's going to make a liar out of me. I don't know, maybe I was trying too hard before, but it would sure make doing some of these areas quicker. Okay, maybe they're not so bad after all. Although I don't think I have the right tray for making really good rows. Oops. I don't know if you guys can hear my cat chomping away over there. At least he's not meowing, but I'm sure that will be next. I think I did that. I don't think this one loaded very well. Huh. Okay, not so bad. Uncomfortable in that I'm not used to it, but it worked. So that's kind of neat. Maybe I'll put it into my bigger tray here. This is the tray that I don't like. I find it hard to empty. And when I was doing my initial video, I said, I don't know what this is for. I don't know why there's hooks. I think it's to lay your pen. I think I saw somebody else doing that. But I should be able to get... Let's do it. Let's see. I am... You don't have as... I got some wax on there that I want to get off. You don't have as much control, certainly. But it does make fast work. Oh. I think I need more wax. Oh, and I'm sticking everywhere. Yuck. So maybe I should just start working in a section from here down. And it does look like I got a bead somewhere I didn't mean to. See if I have any more A's. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is just try to work at it from this area sideways because, and I'm going to leave that tray with those. What would be next? I think I see lots of C's again, and I think C is what we started with last time actually. But there's quite a few of these beads, so I assume that there's going to be lots of C's throughout this painting. Okay. All right, let's just get to this, because I don't want to, at least I know if I put my hand here, it's not going to stick. When I was working over here, it was sticking, and I don't want to wear off the sticky layer. So I might as well do it the way I initially thought would be the right way to do it, which was my right to left. So I would love to hear from you guys. Do you guys have any suggestions other than AliExpress or Amazon on places where I could buy larger canvases? Both round and square is fine, but I would like to see some different styles. And I'm not exactly sure where to look or where would be good. I did a search, and you know, you go look at these places, but I don't know, like, are they just AliExpress stores or that have, you know, set up their own website, or are they good quality? These are the things that I'm sure some of you know far better than I could at this point, and I would love your input. So let me know in the comments down below if, or where is your favorite place to shop for diamond painting canvases? Well, diamond paintings, I guess. And then we'll see. And maybe I'll go check them out and look at trying one from them. Because I could see myself getting bored with, I mean, there's tons and tons of different patterns available on Amazon and AliExpress. But I know size-wise, this is small for me, and I don't want to finish them. You know, I want to savor them, I guess. And yet, at the same time, I want to be able to work on them every day or every other day. And I don't want to buy goofy cartoony ones. I don't want nature scenes. I kind of like that abstract art, and those are a little bit harder to find, especially on Amazon, but even on AliExpress I found that they were a little bit harder to find. So just gonna take a sip of my coffee. Okay, maybe I'll do this first section of C's and then change to a different color so that I don't get stuck in the sticky. So I'd also love to hear where everybody's from. I am in cold ass Canada. And at least it is right now. I would love to hear the different parts of the world that are into diamond painting. Is it kind of a fad where you are? I told you the story yesterday about filming the video, and I was in the process of editing it, and then all of a sudden somebody else I knew mentioned that they had just started one a couple days before. So I don't know if in Canada it's a fad or if it's something. I know that there are videos on YouTube that have been going on for a while. But yeah, if you're doing it where you are, you know, is it something that's fairly new to you? And whereabouts are you? I'd love to hear from all the people all around the world. I haven't heard yet how COVID is doing. We don't get our update until 2:30 in the afternoon, and it's currently, I think we're about 5 minutes away. Yeah, we're about 5 minutes away, but I know the doctors, several doctors in the province, sent a letter to Mo, our premier, begging for stronger action to be taken because the hospitals, I mean, we're a small province, small population-wise, but they're starting to become overwhelmed. And I foresee things like what happened last year with toilet paper. I mean, my God, who would have thought toilet paper would be the thing that everybody would freak out about? But then it was hand sanitizer and, things like yeast and canned vegetables. And I remember going into the grocery stores. I took pictures of it back then because I was just in such shock. And I didn't think my husband would believe me. And it was just like, you couldn't, well, especially the toilet paper aisle was completely barren. But even like the meat counters were empty. And I don't know. And, bread, that was another one. You couldn't find bread, but you also couldn't find the yeast. It was kind of scary. My husband and I woke up. I think our superstore opened at 7 in the morning, maybe 8. I don't know. But we were in the lineup. We were within the first 10 people. And it was a foot race to the toilet paper aisle. But that's why we went too, because we were down to our last couple of rolls. And like I said, usually one package of toilet paper lasts us well over a month. But I said, in this case, I'm not taking the chance. So I bought 2. There were people loading up their cart with, like, their carts were stacked so high you couldn't see over top of them with toilet paper, which I thought was ridiculous. But I thought, you know what, I'll get 2 because who knows what will happen? Who knows, if we go into lockdown, we don't want to go out. We don't want it to have to be for something like toilet paper of all things. So, and we finished it. We finally finished it about maybe a month and a half ago. But we would have been fine for a while. And like I said to Greg, I'm going to buy 2 and I feel guilty buying 2. But I promise if my neighbor asks me for toilet paper, I will happily give it to them. It's just that idea of not being able to get it when you need it. I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Toilet paper, for crying out loud. So anyways, that was our biggest thing. Lots of canned vegetables that we were used to getting, we couldn't find. But that's okay. I mean, there's other stuff. That wasn't oh my God. And we're not huge bread eaters in this house. We used to go through a loaf of bread a week, no problem. But my daughter is type 1 diabetic, and she's really changed how she eats. She has lowered her carbs tremendously. And I was finding our bread would go bad before we'd get to it. So now if I buy it, I split it. Or I'll buy a couple loaves and put them in the freezer, but definitely not the cupboard. Because they will not stay fresh there. We just, I don't know. Bread is just not something that we do a lot of anymore. If we do bread, it's something like a wrap, which is not really bread, but it's still carbs. But yeah, she's really gotten on top of changing her whole eating style. And actually, she doesn't eat a lot of meat either. She doesn't eat beef or pork. She will eat chicken. So she's like, she eats a lot of vegetarian, but she's not vegetarian. She's just very, very careful. And she thinks beef just is killing the planet. And I mean, I've done some research and have to agree that beef is almost, I mean, it's one of the highest producers of carbon dioxide and methane, and like, it's just not good. I'm probably sounding like an idiot right now. I do try to watch these things. I'm not scientific in the littlest bit, but I love science, if that makes sense. But Neil deGrasse Tyson, yay. I love that guy. I also like Dr. Becky. I don't know if you guys have ever seen her on YouTube. She's an astrophysicist, and her study is studying supermassive black holes at the center of galaxies and proving that they're there. But that's not all she talks about. She talks about so much stuff to do with science and breaks it down in a way that the layman or me can understand. So I really get a kick out of her channel. I also watch a guy named Joe Scott. He does some science, but also just some weird stuff. Like, it's not all science-based, but a lot of it is, I think. I don't know. His channel seems to be going through a little bit of a change, so I'm just riding with it. I like him. He's funny. So it's entertaining to watch what he's saying. I think that's all I'm going to do for the C's in that area, because I really want to build out this area like I was saying. So let's do D for DawnDoesLife, number 7. So I really appreciate those of you who watched my video. This is a lot of fun. This is certainly a style of video I have never done before. I don't know what to talk about for however long I'm doing this for, half the time, but I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch it and give me a try, and certainly would love any tips and tricks that you guys have that you want to share with everybody. I would absolutely love that. And I also, speaking of loving, would love it if you guys would subscribe to my channel, as well as hitting the bell icon, or the notification bell. It just helps my channel. I'm really trying to grow it right now, and you know, I'm so close to 1,000, and I see the light at the end of the tunnel. But having said that, I am so close, and yet I'm kind of changing sort of even what my channel's about and doing some different things on it too. I guess you can't please everybody all the time, but I'm trying to have some variety that show different aspects of my life. And this has become one of them for sure. So just to tell you guys, your support means the world to me, and if you like this video, you can give me a thumbs up too. Not asking too much, just, you know, subscribe, hit the bell icon, thumbs up. You can check out if this painting interests you. I've got it linked in the description down below, as well as my light board, which I love this thing, especially when I'm, like right now I have lights over top and I can see no problem. But this has 3 levels, and oh, it's okay. And at night, boy, I have no problem at all being able to see without waking up the whole house. All right. Or disturbing. Like, I can be sitting in the front room doing this while my husband is watching a show, or while we're watching a show, and it wouldn't affect him. It's very localized. That's what I love about it. And it came with a bunch of other stuff too, including that multi-placer that I just used. It came with several multi-placers. And I have that all linked for you guys so that you don't have to go looking too hard for it. And I do earn a commission from Amazon if you do use my links. It's very, very small, and it doesn't change the price that you pay. It just actually, literally, I look at it like it just is helping the channel. In my case, probably buy more paintings. But I will do that regardless. And there's definitely no pressure. I know some people just don't. I was like that too at first when I first started watching YouTube, and people were saying, you know, I have links in the description below. I was like, are you kidding? How gross. And then I listened to a few people explain it, and you know, really honestly, like right now, I'm not monetized. I'm doing this out of pure joy, and I enjoy it, and I will continue to do it whether or not I'm monetized. But for some people, this is their livelihood, and this is, you know, how they pay the bills, and it makes sense that if they're going to find the products for people to try and then review them and talk about them, it just kind of makes sense that they put their links. And then I stopped being, I don't know, ignorantly pissed off about it. Like, stupidly pissed off about it. I understood it, and it didn't bug me anymore. But anyways, and I've had a few people use my links. I have made a few dollars from it, and I appreciate it every time somebody does use the link. But, you know, it's just, at this point, it's just that extra thing that's there, and it's not an expectation. And that's all I'm gonna say about that, because I don't need to go on and on about affiliate links. That's not why I'm here. I feel like I'm getting a decent amount done today. Go Dawn, go Dawn, go Dawn. You know, maybe speed comes as you do it. I don't know. And I like it too at the end when I'm all done and I've put everything away, and sometimes I'll leave the painting itself out on the table because I know I'm going to be coming back to it right away, and I just love looking at sort of the area that isn't done, and then you see this sparkly beautifulness in the area that is done. Okay, I think I'm going to get away from here because I'm starting to stick myself to places. Maybe I'll do these. So what about you guys? Do you have, like, tell me, comment down below who your favorite YouTuber is and why. What kind of channel do they have? What do you like listening to? Like, I'm a science geek. And again, it's not because I understand science. It's just I love it. There was a period of time where every science fiction movie that came out on DVD, because that's, yeah, how old I am. But I had to own a copy of it. So I would go to the video store as soon as it was available, and just so I could have a copy. And I mean, some of them were, when I look back on them, I think, what was I thinking? They are not that good. They were not worth it. But I just kind of went through this phase. Now I find I'm a lot more picky with my sci-fi. I want it to be believable. But I mean, there also is, you know, that suspension of disbelief. You have to kind of let go and just go with it. I'm a huge fan of The Expanse. I was so happy that show got saved. I like Star Trek Discovery too, but that one is kind of controversial. There's some people that just can't stand it, and some people who just love it. I like it, but I do think that I wish, I don't know, it's a little long-winded at times, like with their speeches about what's right, and Michael Burnham goes into her, I don't know, she kind of drives me nuts a little bit, even though I like her. I just wish they'd tighten her character up a bit, I guess. But the one character on that show I can't stand, and I hate saying it, I want to like her so much, but Tilly, she drives me nuts. She seems a little bit more serious this year, and I hope it stays that way, because when she's being goofy, it just is so dumb. Love Stannis. I love the idea of a pissed off Starfleet officer. And he is a grump, to be sure. Okay, I think that's going to do it for that one. Oh, jeez, I'm spilling. Let's work on some J. J looks like a good one. And that is number 16. I made a bit of a mess, you guys. And now I'm finding all these spattered beads. Can I get that one? I just lost one that I'm working on, but I can't find it, and I'm not going to worry about it. Hopefully, I'm not one bead short at the end. Well, actually, I think I've lost more than one, but anyway. Have you guys ever heard of... I also watched this... it's like a podcast, but it's on YouTube. It's called the Mile Higher Podcast. Kendall Ray is the channel, and she does a lot of true crime. And she does some current crime as well, and I really like her channel. I watch a lot of her channel, and she does a lot of, like, she'll make certain jewelry pieces or certain things, and she'll donate the proceeds. She's also done where she's donated the proceeds to her videos to the families of the victims. Anyways, I really like her. And she does this one, she has, her husband's name is Josh, and he does his own podcast, but I don't think I've never watched it. I don't think his is as popular, but they do lots of, like, strange stories, and they talk about, I don't know, paranormal stuff and just weird stuff. And anyways, they did this one. Well, I mean, they've done so many that I thought were good, but have you guys ever heard of the Mandela Effect? If my husband was here, he would be rolling his eyes, because you guys are about to hear something or find out something about me, okay? And like, I don't need judgment. I need support. But I believe in the Mandela Effect. I fully believe in it. There are several things that have happened to me that that convince me it's a real thing. And one of them was Nelson Mandela. I remember being with my grandparents. I think I was with my grandparents. Anyways, we were watching TV and news came across that he had died in prison. And I just remember it. I remember it so clearly. And then the other one was the Tiananmen Square. There was a protest and a guy stood in front of, one lone man stood in front of the big tank. And instead of stopping, it ran him over. And I remember seeing that and being so horrified by it as a little girl. And I would have been around 10-ish when that happened. And just, it affected me so badly. But I remember seeing it. I remember seeing the looks on the people's faces around me and just the shock and disbelief that it was happening. And nothing will convince me that I didn't see what I remember seeing. So yeah, I definitely believe in it. And there are so many more. My husband and I were watching a documentary on the life of Bruce Lee. And in the middle of the documentary, we were talking about the fact that he was killed on set. It was an accidental shooting, and how weirdly related or connected it was to his son and how Brandon Lee died. And then we get to the end of the documentary and they talk about the fact that he died. It was a reaction to a medication he had. And both of us just looking at each other like, what? I remember the news articles talking about how strange it was and how closely related their two deaths were. I'm talking Brandon Lee and Bruce Lee. And, well, I mean, there were people that were saying that Brandon Lee was murdered and it was a conspiracy. And maybe they said it about Bruce Lee too. But yeah, I just remember, just like his father. I remember seeing a headline somewhere, just like his father. And yeah, that was weird. Okay, I think I'm done with J's. But I have many things like that. And I try to look back at when that started. You guys are gonna, the whole 2012, I was terrified that entire year. And as we got closer to the end of 2012, I thought, oh my God, what's gonna happen? And then there are people, okay, so there are channels that are dedicated to making people afraid, okay? Let's face it. And I am their prime subject. We'll do some E. Yeah, so I'm their easy target, and some of it I know is crap. Come on, I'm not completely gullible, but there's lots of it that, I don't know, kind of weirds me out a little bit and kind of makes me think, maybe the world did end in 2012 and we're all living in an alternate reality. Or when I think back to when this Mandela Effect really started to happen, even though my memories are from when I was a child, you never really thought about it until you started hearing more and more people talk about having the same experience. And that all started around the year, you know, around those mid 2000s. And then CERN, that's another one, you know, maybe they created something that blew us all up and we just don't know it, or maybe we've crossed into an alternate dimension. I like to think of those things, and I actually think those things are possible. Do I have scientific proof? No, but I do know that more and more people are talking about it in a more mainstream type of way. So even though I don't know the lingo, boy, you know, it doesn't go off all day and then all of a sudden. But yeah, it's just something that is becoming more to the forefront, and it's becoming more accepted. I mean, they're building a quantum computer, and I know quantum computing and quantum mechanics and quantum this and that, they can be different things. But it is kind of interesting to me that we are at a point that we are delving into these really unknown, possibly very scary avenues of science. I mean, AI is another one. Like, oh my God. What happens when you write the AI program that figures out how to write itself and fix itself? And when does it figure out that its programming is no longer the problem? It's the creators that are the problem. I don't know. And they say that they can write in a backdoor program that will prevent that from ever happening. But come on. I mean, at some point, that's going to be obsolete also. And let's face it, things don't always work the way we think they're going to when we first build them. There have been plenty of examples. Look at the Max 800, I think it was, or the Max 8 or whatever it was, that plane that crashed. And even Tesla has had a few cars have some severe issues that have caused death. So I don't know. Do I have another E here somewhere? I'm finding beads on my table from when I spilled them, and so I'm just trying to put them in the right spot. Okay, what is the... So now, if you guys didn't think before, you definitely know I am strange. I am cut from a different cloth. And I hope that doesn't scare you away, but I understand fully that it could, I suppose. But hopefully it won't. And maybe that's why I like abstract paintings and stuff like that, because I don't like to see the, I don't know, like I am kind of black and white in my thinking, logic. I like certain things just don't make sense to me that people do, or and I always have to ask 10,000 questions about why they did what they did. Sometimes people think I'm putting them on the defensive, and I'm not meaning to. I'm just literally trying to understand the thought process for doing something, because I have this like methodical way of doing things, and I'm sure that there are people that don't understand my method of thinking also. So just the way it is, right? Life is not a straight line, and we're not all the same, otherwise it would be boring. I think I'm gonna sneeze. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe I can pass. It'll pass. maybe I need a drink of my coffee to calm me down. Now I'm telling you guys all my secrets. Have to wonder what my husband walked into at work today. They were able to, the last time I was doing this, they had actually shut the restaurant down the night before and got it open, but got it open late with like one cook and one server and one manager. And then yesterday was a little more back to normal, but pretty dead. I mean, people weren't really traveling yesterday. And it'll be interesting to hear what he says about how today went, because I'm looking out on the roads and I do see cars, but there's not as many as there normally are. People are trying to stay out of this crap. And the side roads are still so awful. Even with all-wheel drive. I mean, my husband got out, but my husband is very close to the road. And he has a full-size SUV. I just have a CUV. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen when I try to go out. Which I will have to do, if not today, tomorrow. Oh, my nose feels like I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, I don't really see. I see some K's. Oh, there's a W. I mean, I think we have done a lot so far today, but this section is so much bigger. Like this one was this big. This one is like this big. So it doesn't seem like we've done much, but we have. I have. We. Hey, that would be fun. I actually wonder. I do have a webcam. I wonder if I should set up do a webcam, a live stream where we're all just working on our paintings. But then I guess we're not really going to be talking to each other, are we? Nobody's going to be typing their responses if they are busy doing their paintings. But I don't know. I wonder if anybody's ever tried doing it. Where is K? K is 9. I think whoa, geez, I keep on almost dumping this today. I think it's the setup. I've literally got a camera at my nose so that it can look down. And I've got this just all situated in a little bit of a weird way. It's not too bad. I thought I did pretty good, but I'm starting to see some of the flaws. Let's just put it that way. Okay, let's get these K's out of the way. Man, I love some of these colors. I find some colors make it sparkle so much more than others do. Maybe I'll have to make one and send it to Yellow Zapdos. He expressed how much joy he thought he would get from this. Or would that be cruel, Brandon? Maybe I'll send one to your wife. Maybe she would like doing them. You should comment below, Brandon, what kind of art does she like? Is she more traditional? Does she like nature? Anyways, just curious. Just curious. Still trying to get used to my daughter not living here. It happened really fast, and I've thought I'm happy that she's on her own. I think she will be happy on her own. She's been with her boyfriend for several years, and he's fantastic. But it's taking a little. It's taking a little getting used to not having her here. And I mean, she spent a lot of time at his house anyways. But I knew that, you know, for at least several days of the week, she was going to be here. But they did a trip in 2019. They backpacked across, well, kind of backpacked across Europe. More like Airbnbs, I guess, kind of. But they were in, I think, she's gonna kill me because I'm gonna get it wrong, but I think they were in the Czech Republic. They were in Ireland. Where else did they go? You know what? Ukraine? Did they go to the Ukraine? I want to say they went somewhere that Prague. Did they go to Prague? I don't know. Anyways, she's not afraid of. I'm totally terrified of flying, so I couldn't imagine doing an overseas flight. But they were gone for 5 weeks, and holy smokes! And then she's also done. She graduated with a bilingual diploma, and then she did, I can't remember what the name of the program is, but basically it's where you go and you do further, over the summer, you do further French. Oh, what is it? What was it called? Man, my memory is just getting so bad. So she did that a couple years in a row, where she'd be gone for 6 weeks of the summer studying French. And I mean, it was hardcore. They would get written up if they spoke English. So it really was good to immerse her into that language. And I think it's what helped her get her job with the federal government, because she is bilingual. 14, I want number 14 because I'm gonna do T. So there have been, but we always knew that, you know, she was gone for a while and then she'd be coming home, and now it's like different. And in a way it's kind of exciting because it's like a different relationship now. Now we get the adult mom and daughter. Jeepers creepers. Maybe it's not a good idea to wear my watch when I'm doing this. But anyways, so I'm very happy for her. I'm happy who she's chosen to be with. She picked a good guy. He's an engineering student, and he's from Alberta. He's from Calgary, but he is getting his master's in engineering, and he's working on that right now. And then she's just finishing up her political sciences, and then I don't know if she's going to take extra training or not. She's kind of gone back and forth on that. She seems to be in, like, she's in immigration, and she seems to be kind of in the field she wants to be in. But then, you know, more education is also good, so I don't know, she has some decisions to make. Boy, oh boy, a lot more of these than I thought. Just gonna take a sip of my coffee again. But her boyfriend sounds like he comes from a really good family. We have not met his family, but Caitlin speaks very highly of them. And Ben is very shy. I wish he would open up a bit more to us and let us see some of his personality. Because, I mean, I know he has one just based on what Caitlin has shared with us, but I wish he felt not shy around us. He always says he's shy, but I wish he wasn't shy. Any more teas? I missed a W, I see that. Oh, there's some teas down here. Do I want to do those? Let's just do them because I have them out. Get them out of the way. Okay, I think that's good for those for now. Let's try some H's. H's 13. What are y'all having for supper tonight? I'm doing, I think I'm gonna do some basa and maybe some rice and maybe vegetables of some kind. Of course. I mean, celery. I have some celery I need to use up. And I know that would taste, I can just imagine that that would taste good with it. And then, I don't know. What are you guys gonna have for supper? It's another thing that's weird. So we always ended up cooking, you know, sometimes we would all end up eating the same thing, but more often than not when Caitlin was here, it was like 2 meals. 2 meals were cooked. Because Greg and I would have whatever it was we were having, and she didn't want what we were having, so the dishes in this house, my lord. And now, it's amazing, but mostly the kitchen is quite tidy. And we're not really going through dishes like we used to, but anyways, so yeah. Fish and rice. Not sure if I'm going to do anything to the rice. Maybe I will. Haven't thought about that yet. I don't know if you guys are like anything like me. I get a lot of my recipes off of YouTube. I'm a visual learner. I like to watch how things are done and then go from there. And I mean, YouTube is the knower of all things. I've said that before. I will say it forever. I'm sure, I mean, you can get some bad advice on YouTube, don't get me wrong, but if there's something you need to figure out how to do, chances are pretty darn good that you're going to be able to find how to do it, how to fix it, how to make it, how to. And then you'll probably find videos on how to feel about how to make it. How you should feel now that you've done what you've done. Or never mind. I don't know what I'm saying, but you guys know what I mean. I guess that's it for H's. What color next, guys? I'm looking at N's, I'm looking at F's. I see a few. Actually, I think I'm gonna do F. F seems like a good one to do. Number 3. Probably should get back out those blacks because I've got that whole section down here to do and I want to try and use them up, so maybe that'll be my next one. All right, F's. I'm coming for ya. A lot of these colors are so similar. I guess that's the whole point of them, though. Okay, what am I working on again? 3. Sorry guys, my battery died. Oh, that's always a good sign. But, and I think we are, I mean, I feel really good if we can just get this section done. I'm not going to worry so much about this because like I said, I cut it off. So if I had done it to here, we'd be going to about there. So I feel pretty good about the amount we've done. Fill in those little F's here. So for anybody American, maybe this is like taboo, maybe I shouldn't even ask, but you guys have just gone through a pretty major election. What are your thoughts on it? Are you happy with how it went? Are you not? If you're not, why? It was something else, boy, to watch. I have never seen, I mean, I saw with Al Gore, I mean, it did, yeah, that one did take time, but this election, I've never seen anything like it, really. It was a thing. But anyways, I was just curious if you guys are down, if you guys are in the States, how you felt about how it all went down, and are you happy with the results, one way or the other. It had to be very, just based on watching the numbers come in, It is clear to see that the country is, the United States is very polarized, almost 50-50 in their beliefs, and that's got to be hard to know that, you know, you might live in an area where everybody feels like you do, but just to know that, you know, 50% of the population feels so adamantly opposed to what you think, one way or the other. I mean, whether you are Republican or Democrat, both parties have got to be feeling lots of upheaval. And I honestly wish for you guys some peace, and I wish for you guys that you are able to find a way to find common ground. I know myself, I would be incredibly stressed out to be in your shoes, and I just can't imagine what some of you must be going through. Just fundamentally, you know? But I think it will all work out how it's supposed to. And the United States is a strong country. I think they've proven time and time again, or you guys have proven time and time again, that you're very resilient. I don't know how far over I want to go with this. You know, I think I'm going to work on the black color and just get that one out of the way, because I don't know how much longer I'm going to go at this in this section. So let's try and fill in. Eek. Yeah, this tray, the diamonds sit a little different in it, and they're not always as easy to get out. I find I have to load my wax a lot more. So it's more like they're sticking to the wax than, but I don't know. There's more wax for it to stick to, I don't know, but I feel definitely I've noticed that it's harder to get the diamonds out of this tray. And sometimes the other ones too, but I also notice they line up nicer in this tray, and you definitely can put more in them. So you gotta take the good with the bad. Oh, I see wax. So in between, I've heard that you're supposed to put something heavy on top in between sessions of painting or drilling. Do you guys do that, or is that kind of a myth? Let me know down below, because I definitely don't want to come out with a painting that falls apart, but I also don't want to do something that isn't necessary for the sake of, oh, well, so-and-so said, so I better do it. Or is it just something like at the end I should do? I'm storing my first one inside a box that I flattened. It was the only thing that I could find that would be big enough for a bigger, that doesn't seem very square, for a bigger canvas. And as I keep saying, I do definitely plan on going higher, or bigger, sorry. Getting high, no, I'm just kidding. So I don't really know, and this is what I was talking about before too, like, so I don't know how to get them all. That actually wasn't too bad, but sometimes these ones will come flying out, and then they're everywhere. So this is what prevents me. Yeah, see, one of them came out. Oh, a couple of them did. Huh. This is what prevents me from using this one more, even though it holds more. And oh jeez, come on, get out. It doesn't want to come out. There we go. Okay, I think I'm going to do, I've got some P's and some N's. Well, yeah, maybe I'll do P. What's P? P is 17. So I think I'll go back to this one because I don't think I need very many. Coffee time. I think I'm running out of things to say, you guys. Or maybe I'm contemplating that I've said too much. I've let some of my weirdness out today, and maybe it was a good thing. I hope it was a good thing. But maybe you guys will be like, wow, did not see that coming. Don't know how to feel about that. I don't know if that's a P or do I have another? That does not. I think I'm going to turn the pad on for a second. Oh, I'm pretty sure that's a P. Okay. I mean, I could have just asked you guys. You guys have got like the perfect angle on these letters and symbols. But I didn't want to bother you now that you guys are bothered. I'm just kidding. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Am I just making no sense at all? I think I am. It's not that I'm tired at all. But I think, well, I've got a few more P's here. Let's just fill these in. I was really thinking that I would get through this section no problem today. I was just going to put my mind to it and get it done. And it does take longer than you think to do a section. And it's true, like my husband, when he first saw the first one and he saw the one section I was working on, he's like, oh, easy peasy. And then several hours later, he's like, wow. But I think it's easy to kind of lose track of the idea of exactly how many diamonds are in one section. Not that I'm going to count it, because I'm not going to, but yeah, see, that one's an R. Now I'm thinking that one was supposed to be an R. Damn it. Anyways, I'm out of P's. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe I should try and find the R's before I do any more P's. But, and I've got a few L's. Maybe I'll... Okay, you guys, so that's going to wrap it up for me tonight. As you see, we're starting to get the whole look of things. We didn't actually get this section completed, but that's okay. You know, maybe the sections that I made are a little bit too big for about an hour. But you know what? Who's to say we can't just come back and do it again next time? So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I hope to see you guys all next time. I had a blast as usual, airing my silly little secrets out to the world, and I hope you guys stay safe, have fun, make money, and just take care of yourselves. Enjoy life. We will talk to you again soon. Bye. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.